The representatives of the Galactic Council shifted uncomfortably in their ornate seats as the massive hologram flickered before them. Admiral Helena Zio's stern face loomed large, her eyes reflecting the cold vacuum of space and a fury that made even the six-armed Zentari diplomat flinch. "You were warned," she said simply. 3 standard galactic weeks earlier, the Council had voted unanimously to quarantine Earth. The justification was flimsy humans were unpredictably volatile and posed an existential threat to galactic harmony. The Council dispatched a fleet of peacekeepers to blockade humanity's home system and cut off their nascent interstellar colonies. What the Council failed to realize was that humans had been preparing for betrayal since their first contact with alien life. Centuries of science fiction had taught them caution where naive optimism might have prevailed. Ambassador Chen had pleaded humanity's case before the Council one final time. "We have abided by every treaty. We have shared our technology, our art, our cooperation. We ask only for the same respect given to all sentient species." The Archon of the Council, a gaseous being encased in a hovering crystalline shell, had responded with what passed for sympathy among its kind. "The decision is made. Your species will be contained until such time as your evolutionary path leads to greater stability, perhaps in a few thousand years." No one noticed Ambassador Chen's slight smile as he bowed and departed. While the Council deliberated, Earth's defense grid had already detected the approaching peacekeeping fleet. And humanity's true fleet, the one they had hidden beyond the heliopause, constructed in secret asteroid bases, was mobilizing. The Council's first indication that something had gone catastrophically wrong came when all 57 of their peacekeeping vessels fell silent simultaneously. The second indication came when Admiral Zio's transmission cut through every communication channel across Council space. "This is Admiral Helena Zio of the Earth Defense Force. Your unprovoked aggression against humanity has been met with appropriate response. Your peacekeeping fleet has been neutralized with minimal casualties. We took care to disable rather than destroy. Your crews are being treated according to the Geneva Conventions, which we honor even if you do not honor your own treaties." The Zentari diplomat sputtered indignantly. "Impossible. How could a primitive species?" "Because you underestimated us," Admiral Zio continued, as if hearing the interruption across vacuum and time. "While you saw us as violent animals to be caged, we were learning, adapting. Your ships rely on quantum entanglement for communications technology we've been studying since you shared it as a gesture of goodwill. Did you never wonder why we were so interested in your outdated defense systems?" On view screens across the Council chamber, tactical displays showed hundreds of human vessels appearing near strategic points throughout Council space key transit nodes, defense platforms, and major worlds. "We could end this Council right now," Zio said. Her face betrayed no emotion, but every being present felt the weight of the threat. "We could do what you feared we might. But that's not who we choose to be." The Archon floated forward. "What are your demands?" "Not demands. Terms. Equal representation on the Council. Recognition of all human territories. A non-aggression pact guaranteed by mutual vulnerability. And if we refuse?" Admiral Zio finally allowed herself a small smile. "We've already demonstrated that your defenses are inadequate. We've penetrated to the heart of your civilization with ease. Consider what that means." Silence filled the Council chamber. "We will await your response," Zio said. "You have one Earth day. Humanity is patient, but we've learned not to be too patient with those who mistake restraint for weakness." As the transmission ended, the Council erupted into chaos. Only the Archon remained still, its crystalline shell refracting light in patterns that indicated deep contemplation. Later, when the new human-inclusive Galactic Council convened for the first time, Ambassador Chen nodded respectfully to Admiral Zhao as she took her seat among the delegates. Was the show of force really necessary? He asked quietly. Diplomacy works best from a position of strength, she replied. Humans learned that lesson the hard way throughout our own history. Chen sighed. They really should have read our literature before deciding to cage us. We've been imagining scenarios like this for centuries. Indeed, Zhao said with a faint smile. Never betray a species whose favorite pastime is imagining how they would defeat beings far more advanced than themselves.